Christ. Are you all right?
I'll live. Oh. Whew. But I don't think I'll be wielding a sword for a while.
Oh, we have men enough for sword wielding. The good Lord is harder to come by.
How the hell did they get Radzik? I didn't make it to the gate.
He was charging against reinforcements from the castle.
We have to save Sir my father, somehow.
And we have to save my wife and get our home back.
My friend, I think you know as well as I. We have to lay siege.
No. No, that is our last resort. We have to try all our other options.
Sir, if a few men could scale the western wall after dark, maybe they could get inside, free the hostages, and open the gate. That is, if they're holding them in the courtyard, as we've always done.
Well, that's a big if. What if they're seen and they can't raise the portcullis quietly?
Sir Hanush, if we can save just one hostage.
It's a perilous undertaking. Who would you send?
I'll go.
Then let us make ready.
Stephanie.
If any of you are having second thoughts, this is your last chance to speak. Very well. So I hope we're all clear on what has to be done. We need to free the hostages to deprive Toth of his advantage. Now he'll be keeping them somewhere where they can be guarded, but somewhere separate from his other men.
And where would that be?
We always kept our captives in the house on the Bailey by the stables.
What if they're in their tower or somewhere else?
Then we'll have to go to the gate and try to open it. But that will take time and attract attention. So we can only do it if we know exactly how things stand. And if they sound the alarm, before we've done anything, we get out of there quick. Understood?
And leave them there?
Better a couple of hostages than a pile of corpses. Lord Capon, are you quite certain you want to engage in this action?
Quite. After all, it can't be much different from sneaking out of the upper castle in Rattay and back in every night. Besides, who else will keep this hothead from raising bloody mayhem?
Well, he's not
I'll
wrong.
see to it that you do, my lord. May God guide our footsteps.
This will be something. They'll be telling stories about this for years. We'll be legends. Unless we fuck it up. Then Istvan will be telling the stories, and the joke will be on us.
By the way, Hans, where the fuck did you come from? You just turned up all of a sudden, right at the time for this mission.
We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here.
Okay, any reason why you're not sending me up first? I'm kind of the stealthiest person here, I would imagine.
What are they waiting for?
Quiet, for fuck's sake.
What are they waiting for?
How should I know?
Why do I bother asking?
Oh, be quiet and watch that light on the battlements.
Yeah, I really feel like I should be going up first.
Fuck this
My-
waiting, I'm gonna climb.
Hans is gonna go first. You couldn't even keep stealthed in a fucking forest. Meanwhile, I'm down here, basically the equivalent of a medieval ninja. At least when I'm not in plate. Although it is really a good thing that I invested in all the, or rather collected all of the black cloth for all of my undergarments for the armor, because it works really well.
I'll put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
For
Well, thanks, Hans.
Henry, then. Just
Get
make
fucked.
sure you keep quiet.
Okay, so that's downhill, uphill. It's this way. Well, get out of the way. Alright, we have a guard. We have a second guard. Drop him. Would be really nice if you had gone downstairs, but pick you up.
We can't get this moving without me.
Drop you there.
It's all going on in here. No one sees us. Pulling around the portcullis is bound to draw attention. First, we have to find the hostages. Then we can come back and deal with the rest.
That's fair. Go on, Hands, get a move on. Alright, so this will be the main gate.
Easy now. We're almost there. Let's not fuck it up at the 11th hour.
Speak for yourself, I'm more worried about you fucking it up, mate.
Careful here. All doors lead to the courtyard. All it takes is for one man to go for a piss and he'll see us.
You know, I really wish I had access to Thief's water arrows at this point to put out all these friggin' torches. What the hell? Stuck on something on the ground then. Alright, now where to? Guard coming. Guard on the second
Anytime
floor
now.
as well.
Jesus! Get a fucking move on, man.
There's a guard right there, you fuckwit.
Patience. He has to move.
Being on the light. Shut this door. No, I don't think sleeping and saving at the moment is a great idea. Fucking hell, Hans scared the shit out of me. Right, nobody in my old bedroom.
Where's Sir Radzik and Lady Stephanie?
Lady Stephanie? She's not here. She must be held somewhere else.
Where? Where is she being held? And where's Sir Radzik?
I suppose the lady might be in her chamber. We don't know anything. They herded us here and told us not to move a muscle.
Farewell.
No point in stealth and
Hey!
reputation. Stop making noise, you idiots.
Damn it all. We'll have to go back empty-handed. I really thought we could pull it off.
We're not going anywhere. Not without my father and Lady Stephanie.
And how are we meant to find them? They're not in the stables or anywhere nearby. You want to creep right inside the palace where Toth's men are everywhere?
Yes. You can't leave them in Toth's hands.
It was hard enough getting this far But going
Fucking hell,
inside
Hans.
is
Shut the fuck up
madness.
and let us go
What
kill
good
some
will it
people.
do them if we get caught?
Then we mustn't get caught.
Listen, Hal, I can appreciate your stubbornness.
Now is not the time to
usually,
be arguing, you.
but this could cost us our heads.
See,
At
you-
least we saved those other people.
I told you, I'm not leaving here without the hostages.
If you're determined to be a stubborn ox, go right ahead. I suppose you might as well look for your sword while you're at it. No point leaving the job half done.
That's actually a really
Save
good
your
idea.
speeches. Are you going to help me or not?
If you want to get yourself killed, you can do it alone. But before you go raising bloody mayhem, give us time to get out of here.
Alright, well, bugger off then, pussy.
Come on then. Let's get the fuck out of here before they catch us.
Now, see, if you just shut the fuck up, maybe that wouldn't have happened. Shit, I'm gonna have to run.
Fuck. I'll have to carry him out of here right now.
See for yourself if you don't believe me.
Fucking hands.
Quick! They're right behind us. They're behind you. They're in front of me. I can't do anything.
Oh,
For
shut up.
Christ's sake, and don't shake me so much.
Are you on my team or not? I don't know. I'm assuming no.
What's the matter? Come on.
I knew having him here was a bad
I have to
idea.
admit, we didn't do too well.
True. The shame of it. They drove us back before we even got anywhere. It's worse than if they'd killed us.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. We had to give it a try. If we succeeded.
If pigs had wings... I
Well,
know
it's your
it troubles
bloody
you,
fault.
but it's not over yet. We'll rescue the hostages and hang that bastard Ishvan.
I like Hans. He should not have been there. Just let me murder everybody inside of the castle and things would have been fine. But no, gotta do things the hard way. Oh, to be fair, the way that played out, it looks like there's no other option except to lose that mission. That was very scripted.
It seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders. And we can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
Then we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet. To demolish our own walls. Where is Master Fafar?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon
Bring
as...
him to me. Let's not waste time.
Sir Divish.
You will build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir, I understand that,
You
but...
are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but... It's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
Indeed. Of course, sir. Thank you, my lord.
How are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry.
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
Okay. Well, first things first, as cool as I look in my my black sneaky suit, I probably should strap all the rest of my plate back on. So, let's get all of this bolted back onto myself. There we go. Now I'm looking more like me. Weapons are all still set. That's fine. So we're good. I've got 24 arrows loaded up, so we're good there. Alright, so talk to Captain Robard. Let's have a look at exactly what our quest is for a start. Siege. Talk to Captain Robard. That's all there is to it at this point. Come on, guys. Get a room if you're going to get that close. Jesus.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Jivish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He seemed a bit uncertain.
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
How do you feel?
How are you faring, Sir Robard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart, too. That place is my home.
How do we take it back?
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal Army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle. Personally, I'd like to return to it.
Repairing the castle will be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back, he'll make short work of us.
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone else probably will. The whole country will know about it soon enough.
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg. Like that fellow Havel.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel and Toth in Bohemia.
It's true. It'd be better to do this as quickly as possible. If it wasn't for Hans, maybe I could have cleared out the castle myself last night. That would have been better. How do we get past the gate?
Is there some way we can get through the gate?
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Istvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set fire to it.
Stuck up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burners surely have some.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
Henry, you're surprisingly good at this. Which part of the walls is most
And what about the walls? Which side is the most vulnerable?
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again, only this time we'll do it better.
Okay, well,
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranic for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd already gone and taken most of his best soldiers with him.
Oh, fuck off. I would have carved my way through a lot of them.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burners.
Yeah, I'll go speak
I've
to
met
the
a few,
ones
true
for
enough.
Ginger.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster in the camp at the quarry. Take care now.
Alright, so... Looks like we've got a few quest objectives now. Pardon me, what have we got here? Ask around the camps if anyone needs help. Talk to Master Fafar. Talk to the quartermaster. Talk to Sir Divish. Talk to Captain Bernard. Ask nearby charcoal burners if they have any pitch. Who's closest? Master Fafar. He walked off. Oh, there he is. I think that's him. Yeah, that's him in the green. Wait. Stop.
Greetings. What business have you?
Sir Robard sent me to you. He said you have to build a trebuchet.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Talmberg. I, a mining engineer. What do I know of war machines? I'll never manage it on my own.
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't know anything about trebuchets either.
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad Kieser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
Conrad Kieser? Who's he?
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed siege engines. He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
With Sigismund? He's on the
He
same
was
side?
with Sigismund.
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund.
I don't suppose you took that too well.
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at Betlen Castle.
Banished like a criminal?
Banished? Like a common criminal?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that bad befell him. I've even heard he has a whole host of wise men with him and they're writing some book together.
What's he doing here?
What's he doing here in Sasau?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely to get him.
You're still an engineer, though. Couldn't you build it yourself?
Are you serious? Do you know how complicated such a machine is? What forces are at work in the contraption? If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely, it would smash itself to smithereens and kill lots of us instead of the enemy.
And how am I supposed to get him here? Abduct him?
Well, only if all else fails. We need his cooperation. Try having a word with him. By all accounts, he hates Sigismund.
That'll help. Just tell him the guy who's taken the castle is on Sigismund's side, and probably be very interested in smashing the place down.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Henry.
All right.
Maybe we will build that trebuchet after all.
Looks like I'm going to have to go to Sasau. Brucatia. For the conquest of Talmberg, you need to build a trebuchet. This is more difficult than it may at first glance. Find Conrad Castle at Sasau Monastery. Okay, so... Talk to the quartermaster, talk to Divish, talk to Bernard. Quartermaster's down the hill, it's probably the closest. Divish. There's a second shield in there. It's hidden behind it. So Divish is where the quartermaster is. So we'll go down that way first. give myself a wash up because we are talking to people at the moment, so I'll take the boost. There is my trusty horse. Right.
Watch where you're going.
Don't walk out in front of the friggin' horse. Are you guys idiots or something? Okay.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
No, I didn't want to.
Greetings. What do you need?
How are you, my lord?
How do you think? That slimy toad has my blood boiling. If I get my hands on him, I'll rip his black heart out. Only I've been handed the job of guarding the western route, at the quarry. But there's not a damn thing happening there.
Well, at least you're out of archery range of the castle.
True, but it's not much consolation. If the men don't get something to do soon, I'll have to put them to work in the quarry. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
How do you think the siege will go, sir?
Better than it has done so far, I hope. First, we lost your lord and father, and then our nighttime assault failed.
I'm sorry we didn't succeed. It would all have been over by now. But at least we got out alive.
If the two of you had been left behind, Istvan would have had another pair of hostages. Oh, let's pray our fortunes improve. But I'm a bit worried about that trebuchet. I don't have much experience with engines of war. Even if we do drive Toth out, there might not be much left of the castle after we've done it.
Sir Hanush, do you think Sir Radzig is all right?
Oh, don't worry. He's more used to Toth alive, so he's in no danger for now.
For now?
Radzig's a man who knows how to take care of himself. I'm more concerned about Lady Stephanie. It would be dreadful if anything happened to her.
It was a pleasure to talk to you, Sir Hanush.
Likewise, Henry. God be with you.
Alright, Quartermaster.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I'm not a knight.
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordships?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well...
You're a bit of a dick.
To tell the truth, we don't have much meat. They bring it round often enough, but never as much as they should.
Yes, I've heard something
Well,
like
it would
that.
have been simpler if you just said that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up. So if you know how to help them out, bring it right here. I'll take care of the rest.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I know a couple of hunting spots, so we can probably work on that.
Do we have any beer?
Ale.
Christ, I wish we did. Our ale's all gone, and we've drained the local inn dry.
That's bad news.
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods, either. But if you happen to know about some, let's hear it. News like that'd refresh me almost as much as a drink. And the lads, too.
Campers out of beer, I need to ask around the local taverns for some...
God be with you.
Okay, fair enough. Not even sure where to start for that one. Now, it looked like there was a second shield down here for Bernard. Alright, sorry about that. Had to have a slight step out. Now, we were looking for Bernard, and he should be the E icon. He should be right here in one of the tents. Ah, you slack piece of shit. Get up.
God be with you.
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got nowhere else to go. So they're just generally complaining.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch.
Like you were.
There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't cure.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. And when they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
Well, looks like I gotta go and do some alchemy stuff.
How goes it, Sir Bernard?
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones. My ears are ringing as if I'd been struck on the head, which is just how I feel.
I felt that way too since the night of the attack.
That went horribly wrong. And even so, we were lucky. Could have gone much worse.
Any chance of some work here, Captain?
That all depends on what you're ready to do, my lad. As I'm sure you've noticed, the roads around here are swarming with brigands. Sir Hanush has declared quite a reward for dealing with them.
So what do you think I should do about them?
We know about one of their encampments. It's to the east of Ratai in an abandoned mine.
This is
I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally wear spurs, maybe like they're pretending their nobility. Who cares? In any case, bring me the spurs, and I'll take it as proof that the deed's done.
Very well. I'll see to it.
Wait. In addition, Sir Hanush has offered a reward for every bandit who's killed. So take a good sharp dagger. You'll get a bit extra for each ear you bring.
Very well. That sounds amusing.
Well, as for amusement, I'd entertain myself by being very careful, lad. See you later.
Okay, that's not related to this. But, that does give me something to do after. Kill the camp leader, just over there. Okay, cool. Alright, we'll do that a bit later. God, look at all the quests. I haven't even spoken to anyone yet. So we got meat to get. After herbalist, if you could brew something to fend off some sleep. Campers out of beer. Beer. Herbalist. Herbalist. Herbalist in these locations. I feel like there's a series of quests here that I probably should have done that I haven't done. Beer. Charcoal burners. And we've still got to talk to Sir Divish. There is going to be a lot of running around here.
Damn! Stay away from people if you can't ride a horse, you moron!
Again, you walked out in front of a horse. You fucking idiot. Apparently my riding skill is better than your walking skill.
Yeah.
Right, so he'll likely be in the camp up there, I suspect. And the rest of the village here looks pretty good overall. Nowhere appears to have been attacked or burned down or... There's Hans's horse.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told. And my shoulder's paining me.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps. But the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician.
The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Ujits. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a
Goodwin.
priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of one of the monks.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead men, and I have to confess my sins. Good luck.
Alright, so I need a priest.
Done.
And I need a physician. Alright, so let's start off with the charcoal burners, because they're reasonably close. Then we can head south from there to Inn in the Glade, and we'll speak to them about beer. Nothing really out of Neuhoff way. Might be best to head down to Ledechko next to check out for beer. There's a herbalist woman there. Conrad Keyser over at Sassau Monastery and talk to a physician. That's the physician at the monastery. That's likely going to be, what's her name, from Skellets. I reckon she'll be this physician. Which, I never completed her quest though, so wonder if the amount of help you can get in this particular fight depends on what quest you've actually done. Because if it is, then I'll be good for the priest, but I might not be able to get a physician. I haven't encountered any herbalists outside of the one that was at the monastery where it's not linked, and we've got these here. So if there's 4 herbalists that have done quests that we haven't done, I'm probably not going to be able to get the herbalist. This could be tricky. We'll see how this goes. But first things first, let's go and speak to charcoal burners. What are you doing, horse?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the charcoal burners, and we will be after this guy, I think.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
I'm looking for some pitch for Talmberg.
Already? What happened to the last lot we supplied?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he showed his face. What do you need it for?
Talmberg's been taken by a horde of brigands, so we're laying siege to it. We could use some pitch.
Christ blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it, and if it's for Sir Divish, I know my duty. If you want to haul it away yourself, feel free, or I can get someone to deliver it to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God be with you.
Okay, so that was easy. And yep, ginger was mentioned, so that does actually kind of concern me. Alright, so if we follow this, take the bridge out, left path, and then immediately the right path and follow it continuously to the right, we should make it to the Inn in the Glade.
Yeah.
So right here.
Yeah.
And we just got to make sure we stay on the right paths. Hopefully they have beer. Assuming that's who we got to talk to.
My respects to you.
The textures are popping in really slow. Can you send some ale to Talmberg?
Andrew, there's no more beer in Talmberg, and the soldiers are starting to grumble. Can't you send some there?
I could. There's nothing in it for me.
13 over 10, 16 over 5, 19 over 6.
Just as a matter of interest, who do you pay your taxes to?
You're saying I should be paying the Talmberg towards Sir Divish? When Sir Havel of Volbeck was the master here, I managed to wriggle out of it. Nobody's come collecting since.
Well, right now, there are 3 noblemen camped by Talmberg, one of whom might be very interested to learn about all the tax you owe. I imagine he might want to collect it in the form of beer.
The gentry have other things on their minds right now than a tavern in the borderlands. They'd need someone to remind them of it first.
You're not suggesting...
You wouldn't be the sort to go off there and snitch on me, now would you?
Now, I lost that even though I have higher talking stats than he does, so... Fine.
The camp's not that far away. Imagine if the soldiers got so upset by the lack of beer, they went on the hunt for it and ended up here. They could do some real damage. Wouldn't it be better to have them drunk and happy somewhere else?
If they came here for a drink, I'd sell it to them. Why would they do any damage?
What if someone lied to them that you were a Toth supporter and that they'd have to make do with water?
I knew you were a bastard, but I didn't expect you to turn on me too.
I do like things to go my way.
I'll send it there. But just remember, everyone gets what's coming to them eventually. One day, you're bound to come across someone who isn't such a pushover.
Maybe. But in the meantime, make sure to send the best you have. After all, we don't want anyone to feel unwell enough to think about settling the score, do we?
Take care now.
You and me have never had any dealings. As for pushovers, occasionally I do run into people that I can't quite talk out of talk into what I want them to do. I usually kill them. So, who's next? Campers out of beer. Okay, so we got one there. Maybe we've got to talk to a few. Actually, just thinking about it, it may be worth us actually heading... Ujit is in a really shitty position. Because we really need to go this way to Sasau first. Alright, frigate, we'll just have to go up there and we'll have to double back after. I don't think we've got much choice in that regard. Wipe out this side and we'll go back. We'll go up to Ujits first. Then we'll cross to the Herbalist. Surprised I can't do anything out of Privis Lavitz, although I suppose that's a DLC, so it didn't exist when this mission first existed in the game. Complete the Herbalist and then we'll head south. So we'll go north next. Easiest way is back the way I came and then cut a right, cross the river and go north. Although I suppose I could just cut... Yeah, no, we'll just go back to the camp and go. Yeah, that'll work.
Young man, come over here.
Alright, here we are. I've got to get to the north side of town for the inn, and that's also where the church is, so... I see this place is pretty much unbothered by everything that's going on at the moment. Let's speak to the owner here first.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I need to bring a few kegs of beer back to Talmberg.
To Talmberg? Why? Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm running low on beer and I've no kegs left. Ask again later, or go ask elsewhere. Take care now.
Alright, well, that answers that one. No beer from here.
Yeah!
But at the very least, we might be able to get a priest for our efforts. who is practicing with a sword. You know how to wield a sword?
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
There's something I need from you, Father Godwin.
Is there, my son? How can I help?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
Has someone requested my services?
Sir Divish himself.
Well, 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 Sir Divish sends for me, and you're doing the asking, young Hal. How could I refuse? I'll go there right away. See you later.
Well, that was easy. And it's kind of good that he knows how to practice with a sword. He may actually need it. A warrior priest that likes to get on the piss and have orgies. You know, my respect for that man just couldn't get higher. So, next stop, anyway. If we go straight west, we'll run into the herbalist camp over here. I've never dealt with this camp before, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, all the fetch questing would be really, really, really annoying in most games, but this one, it's just so nice to just ride around that I don't even care. I really hope that the Warhorse Studios does a sequel to this, or does a, well, not necessarily a sequel, although as I understand it, historically there is some interesting goings on that happened about 12 years after, so you could do a new character and have Henry as an NPC as he is, you know, following on, but yeah, I'd like to see them do another game in this style. Take what they learned here and improve upon it and try and make another one, because this is a great game. Alright, so follow to the right and then looking for a main turn right. So that's just a watering hole, so I couldn't go that way anyway. And that looks like our herbalist. A witch in the woods, maybe?
God be with you. Do you need anything?
I need something to keep our soldiers awake. Do you know of anything that might help?
I do know of a concoction to ward off sleep. I can teach you how to make it if you like.
But I need enough for at least 100 people.
I can't help you with that. You'll have to brew up a bit at a time as it's needed. So, do you want to do it or not?
Right,
that'll be very helpful.
Cockerel potion.
May the Lord watch over you.
Looks like I'll have to make it myself. Or did I just know how to make it now? I think I might just know how to make it now. Nourishment 75, I actually should be eating a little bit here as well. I should probably feed the dog while we're here too.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. As I'm sure you realized when you saw the quest log near the start of this video, this quest is big and involved and has a lot to it, so it's going to take a couple of episodes to actually get through. But this is all leading up to the grand finale for Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I'll be continuing the next one of this on its regularly scheduled point of Monday, so there'll only be a couple of days between this one and the next one. And until then, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, take care.
Yeah.